Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a updated 50 facts about me just because it's been a little over a year since I first started my channel and I thought I should just, you know, do my first video. 50 facts about me was my first video that I posted on YouTube, and so I just thought I would, you know, do a little celebration of over a year kind of thing. So I wrote down in my little journal here 50 facts, and it actually took a lot longer than I thought. I forgot how long it actually takes to think of 50 different things about yourself. Without further ado, subscribe if you are new and let's get started. So I just turned 19 October 27th, and it's really weird because I feel like last year just flew right on by. It was super fast and it's crazy that it's already been a year. I'm sure if you guys have been watching my videos, you know that we moved houses, but the last house that I lived in, I've only lived in 2 houses, the last house and this new house here. And the last house I lived in since I was like, I don't know, ever since I can remember. I think there was one like other house when they first got married and had us, but I don't really remember that because I was super young and like a baby. But yeah, we moved houses. Ever since I was little, I always remembered my dreams. So I don't know, I guess not everyone remembers their dreams, but yeah, like I can remember most of all of my dreams that day that I've had them, and I still even remember some dreams that I had when I was a kid, some few nightmares, just a few fun ones. Like sometimes I'll fly in my dreams, but the thing is, like when I do fly in my dreams, sometimes I'll like, you know, go soaring and have a lot of fun, but other times I'll be like restricted. It's really annoying, but anyways, I can remember most of my dreams. I am single and I'm okay with that. Would I like a boyfriend? I mean, sure. But at the moment, I am not in a relationship. Again, if you guys have been watching a few of my videos, you might know that I decided to go gluten and dairy-free last December of 2016. So it's almost been a whole year already, which is insane. But I am really happy with my decision and I've stuck with it, and it's, you know, it's just a lifestyle and it gets easier and easier every day. My favorite role in a musical that I've played is Ariel from The Little Mermaid. I did it my senior year last year of 2016 and it was a blast. About a month ago or so, I went on a cruise, and it wasn't just any cruise, it was called a working cruise. So basically I did a lot of different competitions for, you know, acting and singing and runway and modeling and stuff like that. So it was so much fun, and I'm so happy that I went on it. So now I'm just in the process of figuring the next steps for that, and it's really exciting. So I don't remember which Easter this was, but one Easter, my cousins and I, the kids, all decided to hide the eggs for the parents in the house, at our old house. And so of course, we couldn't find them all because we didn't have like, us cousins didn't have like a good plan of, you know, remembering exactly where we put them. We just wanted to hide them really good so they couldn't find them. Half of them were real eggs and half of them were like, you know, the eggs, the plastic ones you put candy in. But so like weeks and weeks later, we smelled this disgusting rotten smell and we're like, what the heck is that? And of course, we find rotten eggs, like I think it was like somewhere under the couch or something, I don't know, something weird, and it was really disgusting. I've never been a huge fan of reading in general. For school, if we had to read certain books and stuff, or, you know, we'd pick out books and then have to write essays on them or whatever we did, I would read them and enjoy them at the time. You want up here? Phoebe decided to join me. I can see her hair is flying in the air. Since I was so busy and didn't have a lot of time, I think that's another reason why I didn't like to read, because I didn't read as much, I wasn't as fast because I didn't do it a lot. But this past year I've really enjoyed it. I've had more free time, and I'm just really liking, like one book I like is, what is it called? Pretty Happy from Kate Hudson. She wrote it. It's really good, and just a few other cookbooks and stuff. So yeah. The camera that I use for my videos is a Canon 80D, and I only got this this year, the beginning of this year sometime. So before that I used my mom and dad's camera, and I know it was a Canon, but I just don't know which version it was. So when I was younger in like elementary school or so, I remember everybody was obsessed with Club Penguin. I don't know if kids still play that. Oh, Phoebe's hair. I don't know if kids still play that, but I know I loved it, and I had so much fun playing all the games and stuff. Oh my gosh, good memories, good memories. When I was younger, I never really liked Barbies. I always loved stuffed animals. I remember I would always have this one stuffed animal. It was a husky dog, and of course I called it Husky because I mean, like, what else would you call it? But I always would sleep with her no matter what. I had to, and I'd take her everywhere. I can't remember if it was last Christmas or the Christmas before that. My parents got me a diffuser, and so I've been loving essential oils and diffusers lately for the past year or so, how long it's been. And I actually just got this one right here. It's a new one that I bought, and I have another one over on my shelf over there. One of the things that I absolutely despised and hated and thought was disgusting is coconut water. But this past year or so, I have loved coconut water. I just made myself drink it like a lot, and then eventually one day I started liking it, and now I love it. So I guess I kind of forced myself to like it, but then in the end I really like it now. So yeah, I love coconut water. I think it's just so refreshing, and it just tastes so good. You know, people either love coconut water or hate it, but I love it now. So before I was gluten and dairy free, I would eat ice cream all the time. Like, all the time. I can still eat ice cream. I don't eat it as much because it has a lot of sugar in it. But my favorite ones are the So Delicious brand. There's two different ones I like for that. The cashew milk one, salted caramel cluster, the coconut milk one from So Delicious, the mint chip, so good, and then the Ben & Jerry's almond milk one and caramel almond brittle. Those three are my favorite flavors that I found so far, and they are so good. Oh my gosh. For my 10th birthday, I had a High School Musical birthday party, and I loved High School Musical so much, like every other little girl did, you know. I think it was when the third movie came out. High School Musical 3 came out, and I remember we had a sleepover, and then the next day we went all and watched the movie in the theaters. Instead of pin the tail on the donkey, what we did was who can get closest to kissing Zac Efron, or Troy Bolton on a poster. And so I'll insert a little picture somewhere right here. But so we had blindfolds, and then we put lipstick on, and then tried to blindfoldly kiss Zac Efron on the lips, and it is so funny. I don't remember who won. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, that was something. One of my all-time favorite TV shows is Heart of Dixie and Friends. I have two, basically. Heart of Dixie is just, I can never get enough. I just love that show so much. Even though I know it happens, I wait a period of time to watch it again, I'm watching it now again, and there's things that you notice that you didn't notice before, and I just love it so much. And then there's also Friends, which I feel like everybody loves, but how can you not love it, because it's such an amazing show. So those are my two favorite shows. When I was about 7 or 8 or something, I did Taekwondo, and there was a few different guys from my church that have done it for years and years and are really good and whatever. And so one service, the band played Kung Fu Fighting from, what is it? Kung Fu Panda? Kung Fu Panda? Kung Fu Panda. We rehearsed, and for the service I fought them on stage to the song, and I might insert a little clip somewhere. That was pretty funny. I am 5'7". So when I was younger, I thought that, you know, all turtles swim in the ocean and they, you know, they breathe water, they swim in the water. So one day I was in my backyard at the old house and I found this little turtle like walking along the fence or whatever. And so I got a box from inside, I went and put it in the box, I brought it inside, and then I got this big bowl of water, put it in the sink and filled it up with water and put the turtle in there, and it wasn't swimming and I didn't know what was going on, and my mom walks in and she's like, Madison, what are you doing? And I was like, you know, I thought the turtles all swim in water or, you know, whatever. And so she had to explain to me that, you know, there's land turtles and there's sea turtles and they're not the same thing. And then I remember we kept the turtle for a few days or something like that, and, you know, fed it food and kept it in the box, and it was really cute and I really wanted to keep it, you know, little mini me wanted to keep it, but we ended up just setting it free at a park, and I think we named it, oh, what is it called? Franklin. We named him Franklin, like the TV show. I don't really know. I don't remember what TV show, but if you know what I'm talking about, then comment down below. I know it was a cartoon. Anyways, growing up, I never knew how to whistle. I don't even know. I've gotten better. I don't even know if I can do it. My all-time favorite movie as a kid was Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan. Oh man, I would watch that show all day, like all the time, and I haven't watched it in a while, but I'm sure I'd still love it. And I always remember when I was a kid, people would tell me, like when I was about her age as she was in the movie, everyone would always tell me that I looked like her. And I always thought it was a huge compliment because I loved that movie. So whenever I'm out and about, or just a few friends, you know, tell me, hey, like you look like Emma Stone, or you look like Cheryl Blossom from, what's that show? Riverdale. That's what it's called. From Riverdale. Yeah, those are my lookalikes apparently. Some of my favorite movies to watch are the cheesy Christmas movies. I love those movies. Like 12 Dates of Christmas, I've seen like a million times. Elf, I'm sure everyone knows that. There's the good classic Christmas movies too, like A Grinch Stole Christmas and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, some of those cheesy ones, I've probably seen all of them on Netflix. About 2 months ago, I got all 4 of my wisdom teeth taken out, and I really did not like the aftermath of that. I have always wanted a sister, whether that be an older sister or younger sister or sister my age. I just have one brother, and so I've always just missed kind of having the sister in the family, you know, feel me? Recently, this past year, I have loved sweet potatoes. Oh, they're so good. Sometimes I have them with like cinnamon sugar and stuff like that, and you eat them like sweet potatoes, or I have them just the normal stuff that you have for regular potatoes, and they're so good. As a little girl, I always wanted to live on a farm. I love animals, and I think having a farm and land and stuff would be so nice. Oh man, so nice. I can do the taco with my tongue, and I can also roll my tongue. Sorry if that's gross, but thought I'd show you. Like the coconut water, I used to hate tea, but now I love cold teas, flavored teas, or I like hot teas. I like teas now. I don't drink them a lot, but I like them now, so that's good. So I'm gonna tell you a little story about freshman year of high school. I wasn't sure if I should tell you guys this, but I was like, you know, why not? It's in the past, this doesn't matter. I mean, it happens to everyone at some point, you know, right? I was in theater class, and I was working with one of the girls for like a scene or something. I was wearing these like turquoisey, you know, sea foamy type colored shorts, because it was in the beginning of the year sometime, I think in September. I was sitting against the railing that we have that go down the stairs. I was sitting against the railing while we were chatting our scene or whatever, and she goes, Madison, do you have something on your shorts? And I was like, I don't know, I don't think so. And she's like, are you sure? And so I looked down, and of course I had period all over my shorts. And so I had to go to the bathroom, and I was like, holy crap. And I was freaking out. Of course I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? But luckily I took gym. I took gym that year, so I just, you know, I got a pass and I went down to the gym. Of course it was like 2 buildings over, but whatever, it was fine. And I changed into my gym clothes for the rest of the day. So that's the one and only period story, embarrassing period story that I have. So you're welcome. This past year I have recently just loved like making food or baking for others. Like I remember I made these oatmeal type healthy superfood muffins that were so yummy, and my aunt loved them because she's also gluten and dairy free, and she loved them, and it was just fun to share that time and that moment with her. I have never loved running, not one bit, not at all, but that's something that I really want to get better at. And I mean I can run, I'm fine at it, but I want to get better and make it something that I really enjoy. I've only had 2 dogs my entire life. The first dog that we had was named Chloe. She was a full-bred beagle, and she was the runt of the litter, so she was the smallest one, and she lived to be about 15 or something crazy like that. She was really old. She passed away 2 years ago, a couple years ago I think, but I loved her. And now I have Phoebe that you saw earlier, you met earlier, and she's around, she's sitting right here next to me, but I think she's like 8 or 9, no, 8, 7, 8, 9, somewhere between there, I don't really know. So she's like middle-aged dog, but she still acts like a puppy and runs everywhere, and still gets into our trash, and sometimes she jumps onto the table and does stupid things. Moving on to a different kind of story. This was, let's see, the end of my 8th grade year. Wait, this was about like, what, 5 or 6 years ago or something. My family and I, we went to Hawaii. And on the way back going home, one of our stops was in Houston, Texas, and I think it was the last stop before we got to our airport at home. And sadly to say, it was not a good experience. There was a man who was going to do a mass shooting. So the story is, we were about to go get food, and before this, like 10 minutes or something earlier, on the intercom, we heard the person saying, you know, announcing like, there is a unintended vehicle in this area, blah blah blah, you can't be here, you know, you move your car or whatever. So that was the guy's, it was a little weird hearing that, and we were just like, okay, but so that was the man's vehicle. But anyways, so we were in line to get food, you know, normal, just whatever at the airport, and within like a few seconds, it was exactly how it is in the movies. Like, chaos was everywhere, and drinks and food were flying, like everyone was running different ways because within those few seconds we heard we heard one popping noise, and then a few seconds later, 30 seconds later, we heard like 2 puppy noises, and we're like, are those gunshots? Like, those can't be, like, what is that? And then we heard more. So in the end, the guy decided to commit suicide, which is really sad and terrible, and I hate to think about it, but I'm just so thankful that he didn't do a mass shooting, because he was going to, but then they found a note in his jacket, you know, explaining or saying that he was going to, but then he decided not to. And it's just really sad, and I hate that it happens. But yeah, that was not a good experience. One of my favorite scented candles, on a brighter note, is vanilla, and I really also like the kind of like muskier, woodsy smells. my favorite music to listen to that I just is so soothing or is so fun that I just love is jazz. I love jazz. I love it so much because my dad plays the piano and I grew up listening to him play jazz, and I love jazz so much. My favorite outdoor activity would have to be hiking. I love hiking. I think it's just so fun, and you can just experience nature and God's gift to us through, you know, animals and wildlife and the trees, and just it's just so beautiful, and I love it so much. And it's a great workout. One of the things that I've been doing recently this past year that I love is freezing the grapes. The consistency, and it's just like a frozen treat, and it's really yummy, but it's only grapes, like there's nothing added to it, so it's healthy, but it makes them a little more delicious, in my opinion. When I was little, like elementary school or so, my best friend and I had a trampoline in our backyard at the old house, and we would love making videos of us doing tricks and, you know, little just tutorials or whatever on my mom's old cell phone. Oh my gosh, it's such a funny memory. Another thing that we loved to do was make music videos, like late at night to like 6 o'clock in the morning in our bedrooms on the computer with all the, you know, different effects and stuff. It was so hilarious. And I know there was one we did like to Justin Bieber song and like a Beyonce song, and White and Nerdy from what is his name? From Weird Al, I think that's his name, yeah. But just so many funny little memories like that. A very interesting story that I have to share with you today is about, I think it was 2 summers ago, or 3 summers ago, somewhere around there. My church group and I went to the Badlands in South Dakota, and the first night that we were there, you know, we set up our tents and we were all going to bed, and there were 4 girls in my tent, and we were all talking still and up talking, whatever, chatting. But so we hear this car, so basically there's all the tents on the grass, and then there's the road that like circles around it, so and then there's the rest of the Badlands. But so there was a road that goes around it, and we were kind of on the edge of it. It was really late at night, and about like 10 feet away from us was the road, and we hear this car in the engine, and it stops and the car turns off. And you're like, okay, like, I'm not sure who that is, like, there's only us here at this one certain part of the little site here. There was this guy and girl, and I think it was like a type of van or something, or bigger car, and she had a boyfriend, but she was with a different guy, and so she was cheating on her boyfriend. And so we just hear them talking quietly, and then that turns into silence. And then a few minutes later, we hear this girl yelling in the middle of the night, and I'm not going to go further into it, but basically they were doing you know what on the top of the car, outside, in front of our church group tents. And so that's how we spent our first night in the Badlands with my church. I love shopping, but I'm terrible at spending my own money. And so if I do buy something, I buy like expensive things, or I buy a lot of things all at once. I would love to have kids when I'm married. The first musical I ever did was Honk Jr., and it's basically just like the Ugly Duckling story. On the recording of the musical that we did, I had one line, and it was my first show. I had one line. I was so happy and proud of it. And of course in the video, I watch it for the first time, and my line's coming up, and as I say it, my head is cut off from the video. And so it was just so disappointed. I was so disappointed and so sad, and it just cracks me up now. Like, that's just so funny to me. The past couple months, like the end of summer, my aunt introduced me to paddleboarding. I love paddleboarding. It's so much fun, and there's a fuzz. And it's so relaxing, but it's also a good workout. And I tried doing a headstand on the paddleboard, and that's pretty challenging because I just started doing that this past year. I'm trying to get better at it, and yeah, I didn't quite do it. I almost did it, but next year I'll do it. My back is very flexible. When I was a kid, I would do back bends, and like people would take pictures in my family, and my back was like, my feet are here, my hands would be touching this, and my stomach was like, you know, in the air like that. So like I would be touching my feet and I'd be like, you know, like this is my back. And so my back is very bendy for some weird reason. My all-time favorite pie is definitely pumpkin pie. Growing up, I just had, and I still have, a wonderful family that I love and I'm so thankful for. I'm grateful for them and I am so happy that we're so close. I'm so happy that I can have them to lean on and I love them so much. Saving the best for last, I am a Christian. I have been since I was little, ever since I could remember, and I love Jesus and God and I am so grateful. That is a whole 50 facts about me. Oh man, okay, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed getting to know me just a little bit better. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and subscribe if you are new to my channel. If you want to see more videos of me in the future and more content from me. Also, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below. Leave me ideas in the comments down below of what you guys want to see from me, and I love you guys so much. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!